Hey guys, it's me, James, and we're back with Academagia. And I've been looking through our skills here. I know I said before I was going to focus on our study skill instead of our actual skill levels, but our study skills look okay, and the game's going to warn us when midterms come around. So I figured I'll focus on a couple of these, like physical skills, the main skills, instead of our study skills. I went through a few of them, and there's stuff like in let's see, no, not dialectic, in glamour. There's stuff in like glamour, history, and some other class where our top three things are all the same. It's not like I can raise one to bring up our skill level because again, it takes the lowest of your top three. So in Glamour, I would have to raise Glamour themes, Glamour spells, and Theory of Glamour to get it to to bump up my skill. But in something like Athletics, we have Running at 6 and Competition at 3. So that means, let's say Wrestling, I bring up Wrestling, and this will slowly tick up to 3, and then I would have to raise 2 up to 6, and so on. So I wrote down a couple things here that we're going to focus on, which is in athletics, we're going to focus on wrestling because I don't know, that sounds like the closest thing a cop would need. Archery's a bit and swimming. Well, swimming's always useful, but wrestling down a criminal, makes sense in my head. Botany, there is a ability we have that raises 3 of these at once, so botany shouldn't be a problem. And I wrote down here dialectic. Now, in dialectic, we would have to bring up logic and sleuthing to get to level 2, and I think that's going to be worth it. So that's what we're going to focus on this week, and any adventures that happen along the way, well, bring them. So let's start out the first day of the week. Doing something. I think we want to use the Library of Mantle. Yeah, this will bring up a skill, not our study skill. Let's actually focus on dialectic, because there's 2 of those. Come on. We'll focus on logic. All right. And also, we're going to try to bring up our filing skill later on so we can get that other library, which would be a huge help. But for now, we're going to focus on dialectic skills and athletic skills. And we may also have to rest our character. I think his vitality is low. But yeah, let's start our first day, Monday. Hankering for something cold and refreshing to drink, you decide to head down to the tavern. As you approach the place, you are rudely turned away by a very large man at the door. Does he not know who I am? You ask him why, but he only grins at you toothlessly and says, "Beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it." No. I can't sing. What am I doing? So, we are still terrible. Well, our best bet is conversation. Charm the bouncer into letting you in. But let's just take a look at some of these purples and see if there's anything we kind of want. Let's do character study because that looks like it's a learn more information about the situation. And I don't think it'll go too far. This bouncer is quite a large man and not someone with whom you want to tangle. Okay. So that didn't really help, which is fine. Infiltration might be something that sounds copy. Though I think my charm is pretty decent, so maybe we should lean on what we're good at. Is it worth getting that? Would we raise it up? That's what we have to consider. Or is it better to take this like 70% chance of failing? I know I keep messing up the percentages. By the way, I need to look up what the actual percentage for, for the red choices, the purple choices, and the green blues. But I have a very strong chance of failing this, or I can maybe learn infiltration. I'm going to take the chance of succeeding, I think. This man doesn't look like he regularly uses more than 3 syllables at a time, and yet you still can't manage to coax him into granting you entrance. Eventually, you become so flustered you find yourself explaining that you have to go in or no one will ever love you. And anyway, you have tests next week. Looks like you could stand to brush up on your conversational skills. What would conversation be under? Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, there are so many skills in this game. I swore charm. Befriend? Yeah. Oh, so that... I had 0 in that, and I had a... Oh. I might raise that up later. Or you know what? I might have lost a point because we failed this. Let's find out. Reporter's Journal of H. Tweedy. Kalari 11th. Last month, this reporter witnessed the greatest embarrassment of one of our students. H. Tweedy became another victim of Corey Perth's egg-laying. Rumor has it she's in love with Perth. If this be true, perhaps Perth should cast a rejection theme to protect himself from any love arrows shot by Tweedy. That made no sense. Why was this part of negation class? Whatever. Whatever. We succeeded. We got our logic up to 2. Expand revision 1. Expand forge. Oh, did I go to the wrong library? I went to the wrong library, but that actually worked out for me. Wait, are we in revision? We're in negation, damn it. I always mix up negation and revision for this character for some reason. Oh well, I guess learning about revision isn't the worst thing in the world. Parents still hate us. And we did decrease our conversation skill step by failing that adventure, which sucks. Maybe we should have just tried to get infiltration. Oh well. It is what it is, which seems to be my mantra for the month. So our vitality is at 4, maximum 6, so I think we can go a couple days unless something happens. So let's try to study again. Okay, we're going to do dialectic again, and this time sleuthing. And that will bring our dialectic skill up to 2 overall. So after that, we'll focus on wrestling and then filing. Try to get through this week. You're passing by Lake Arcadia when you hear a voice. Go away! You look around but can't find the source. Please leave me alone. The voice sounds as though it's gargling something. Your feet are heavy and are hurting my shoreline. You notice that the entire surface of the lake rippled in unison to that voice. Now you see what's happening. Yes, I am the lake, and I'm talking to you. Haven't you ever heard a lake talk before? Now please go away. If you want to continue about your business in peace, you better persuade this mouthy body of water into tolerating your presence. And again, we have some bad choices. And if we fail, apparently it can take away a skill. So that's problematic. Intimidation, demand to be left alone. Willpower, ignore the lake and go about your business. Flattery, compliment the lake on how nice it looks. I have yet to see a lake that didn't look nice. But also our flattery is at 0. Which makes me wonder why that's red. Athletics, is that willpower? Nope. Okay, intimidation, willpower, flattery. let's do intimidation, I guess. They're all red. Is this no? This is an alphabetical order, so I'm willing to bet that puts the thing that has a higher percentage at top. That is gonna be my guess. I'm assuming things, so I'm assuming intimidation has a slightly larger percentage of succeeding than say flattery. Because why else put it in this order instead of putting in alphabetical order? So let's try it. Standing firm and looking as intimidating as you can for a 10-year-old, you order the lake to stop bothering you. Lake Arcadia laughs and then douses you with water, which feels much like a slap in the face. The lake continues to splash water in your face and harass you. It laughs, mocks, and teases you until you finally can't take any more and surrender. The lake cheers in victory as you trudge away. You wonder if the lake's sentence is the result of a student overdoing a anthropomorphizing spell. In any case, it looks as though you have to pick up your business when the lake is feeling a bit more charitable. That's fine. I didn't even want to be at the lake. So sleuthing is up to 2, so let's just double check our dialectic, which is up here, because this is alphabetical. Okay, so we're 2 and everything in dialectic. That means we now have to focus on 3 things instead of 1 or 2, so we're going to put that behind for now. And we also learned about stars. Okay. Treya's Visions by Treya Yeller. The constellations are a special thing. Floating in the heavens, they see more than we do. However, they cannot see one another, and we can see them. Thus, we can use them to figure out our fortunes. For the movements of bodies in space are more important and more related to the existence of man than most people think. Oh, and I apparently can now do astrology? Oh, that's nice. You decrease your vitality by 2. That's not great. Oh, we can question surroundings, which has this big old paragraph that we're going to just skip for now. And it lets us expand a random skill. It allows 2 random skills to expand, so that's kind of nice. So, but I don't know if we'll ever use that. And Durand is still failing in merit, which is fine. So now, because of us losing to a lake, our vitality is now in kind of a bad place. If this hits 0, it kind of makes us like we'll have a sick day and we can't do anything, which isn't beneficial in any way. So we're actually gonna just rest for Wednesday. See what happens. Nothing. Okay. Very relaxing day. Oh, I should also remind you guys, we did make a friend out of Prudence Cousins. She's part of our clique now, and we have a pretty decent relationship with her. Now, every student and every teacher, I believe, has their own little adventure you can do with them. I'll probably look up hers later on, and we'll do it. But I don't really want to save Scum, so instead I'm going to just look ahead and see what we have to bring up skills-wise to complete her adventure. I'll try not to spoil it for myself anyway.